So it's finally time to start our Pro Basketball Manager 2025 Let's Play series. So last month I ran a couple of community polls here on the channel, asking you dear viewers which leagues I should manage in and which team I should take charge of. So it's time to set a new save up, set up my hyper-realistic avatar, and coming in as I am from FM, my manager profile, as we head over to Greece and take charge of AEK Athens Basketball Club. Now we're not going to take charge of a national team yet, although that's something I would be open to later on. In fact, I'm going to be running a few different leagues from around the world. So beyond Greece, we've got Turkey and France for the European side of things. We've also got Australia and Japan for an Asia-Pacific focus, Brazil and Dominican Republic for some action in the Americas. And let's see if we can build up enough of a reputation to get a job in the NBA. So while the game sets all that up, why don't you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Pro Basketball Manager action. Alright, so here we are. Straight away we get a message about our objectives for the season: avoid relegation. I thought they'd be expecting us to challenge for the title, but maybe let's up that objective so we can get a bit more cash in. So instead of avoid relegation, let's go for finishing the top 4 of the competition. Let's try and squeeze a bit more money out of them. We've got 10 days to change our mind if we want. In talking about squeezing out more money, what about some sponsors? So I forgot to turn off the tutorial, didn't I? Alright, let's just click through that. Let's have a look. So that's our main sponsor, AgriGrow. They're giving us 1.8 million euros a season. We've got offers though for a secondary sponsor. So what do we get here? We've got some bonuses involved with a couple of these. So let's have a look at those. Lawguard, a Greek firm, top 4 offences in A1. They'll give us an extra 70,000 euros. That doesn't seem too great, does it? Build Tech. They will give us over €1 million, and if we win 79% of our home games, they'll give us an extra 280,000 euros. I like the sound of that. Shopcart is also offering us just over €1 million a season. They want us to win 90% of our home games, and they're offering the same money. So we're going to go with Build Tech. We'll take that. Our minor sponsor, Play Hard. I like the sound of that with the Fiverr special logo there. Farm Fresh is offering us a bonus for top 4 defense. Lawguard are going to offer us a big bonus if we win the A1, and Pure Care are offering us a bonus if we are one of the top 2 offensive teams. I'm going to go with win A1, give ourselves an extra incentive. Now, what I need to do here, if we take a look at the schedule, you'll see there's friendlies coming up that have been pre-arranged for us, and then we start off our season against Colossus Rhodes, which was one of the other teams I was tempted to try out, just because of the name, really, more than anything else. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to work my way through this pre-season. We're going to get to late September, and then we're going to watch that first game. In the meantime, I need to take a look at staff. So if we just skip through the tutorial, you see we've just got 1 assistant coach at the moment. We obviously need more. We need more coaches, we need a physio, we need a trainer, we need scouts, and so on. So I'm going to recruit those staff shortly. We'll skip ahead, and so you can see who I've brought in, and then we're going to take a look at the player roster as well. I'm going to use the magic of editing to fast forward until we've got all that done. Alright, so we come back in on the 21st of September, ready for the first game of the season. You see, it's all laid out here against Colossus H Hotels KAE. Quite a mouthful that. We are favourites to win. We are the home team. Let me show you our form in pre-season. 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 defeat. So we managed to beat Pauk and Aris quite comfortably. Well, Aris we beat by a single point. I did get a Steam achievement for that, by the way. And we beat Peristeri by 2 points in our most recent game, but we also lost to them in our first match. But now it's time for competitive action. If we have a look at Colossus, what have they been doing pre-season? They've played a bit more than us. Mixed results, 3 defeats in there. So fingers crossed we can get a win today. Now I mentioned about staff recruitments, so we've done that. You can see there's a lot more staff added to the roster here, added to the back room. What I found with negotiating these, if I just pull the screen up, so you get the kind of star rating, reputation, but you can set parameters for different things you're looking at here: offensive tactics, defensive tactics, video analysis, those kind of things. Then you pick people to negotiate with. Now I found a lot of them when I negotiate. You get this. Now this is quite handy. This circle here with the 66%, that's showing you how attractive they find the proposition of joining your team. And this one, it always defaults to €3,000 a month as a salary. How attractive do they find that? So this person is going to probably want about €10,000 a month before they start to show any interest, and you need to get that up above 50% for them realistically to be in with a chance of accepting the offer. So that's going to be quite expensive. We don't have that much budget, so I kind of had to painstakingly go through the list to an extent to find people who had good stats but were willing to sign for, you know, a few €1,000 a month. So you see, we picked up, for example, this guy from Panama, Oscar Kaya. He's agreed to just like €1,500 a month. But we see there with his training abilities, his offensive tactics, he brings a lot to our coaching staff. We also, likewise, we searched out some scouts. We've got a physio in. We went all the way to Mexico to find him. We've got a physical trainer in from the Philippines. What you also get here is that it tells you the how the staff then boost the training. I'm dragging it down a bit. If you remember when I set up my profile, I didn't focus too much on the training side of things, so that's kind of dragging things down a little bit. Then our physical training, he's helping increase our fitness, and the physios and the medical center we've got is helping to reduce recovery time and injury frequency and so on. We have spent a little bit on facilities. These are our current facilities. So I had a look and I thought training center. It was level 1 training center. So we immediately invested in that. We've still got 14 weeks left until it's complete. And then we'll look at maybe the medical center or something like that. I don't know what this is up here. It's blocked out by the top ribbon of the screen, so I can't scroll up. I can only zoom in. Maybe we'll build it at some point. We did also do some player recruitment. So you see here the squad has extended a bit. I went out and I found some youngsters. Once I got my scouts in, I was able to send them out and they said that these 3 youngsters have potential to be top players. So we snapped them up. We've also brought in this guy, Nikolaos Kamarianos. He was a free agent. Again, we're just watching the finances. We just needed someone to add a bit of depth, get another player on the bench, someone who's a decent option and not a 16-year-old. So this is our guy. He can do 3-point shooting. He's not going to be a starter, but he's going to be there. He's going to do something. All right, so here's our pre-match overview. We've got our players to watch from both sides. We've got a little photo of the exterior of our arena here as well. Now, of course, I have applied the real name fix. Do check the description for a link to that video if you want to apply it yourself. So we've got the club logos. Kits, though, these are obviously generic in-game kits, so I wonder if we can get the kits added. If there's any graphics creators out there who can do this, that would be absolutely fantastic. Now we get a chance to review tactics. Now I'm sticking with 3 out, 2 in. It's the default style. We'll see how that goes for now. I mean, it served us pretty well in pre-season. We have also set some things up in terms of crashing off the boards for rebounds and those kind of things. But we'll get out there and start the game. So here is our arena. We've got our nice huge logo in the middle of the court there. So now I've got this set up with a fixed camera, kind of showing the whole court. We can play around with that a bit. We can zoom in and out, but we'll have a look at that a little bit further down the line. Now, I did get some comments from that initial first look video, as usual. It happened last year when we had a look at this. Some people find the visual style of this game a little bit strange and not especially appealing, but you've got to remember this is essentially a one-man show. There's one person behind Umix Studios and behind this game, so I think it's very impressive that they've managed to get a game of such depth out, you know, with very little support. And I'd love to see what could be done with the backing of a bigger studio or a partnership or something like that, an expansion of the team. So maybe that's something we will get to see in the future. But we're off to a decent start here. Now we do get options. In case you didn't see my first look video, we can kind of speed things up here. We can go double speed, we can go quadruple speed. We also get the option to just skip to the end of the game, skip to the end of the quarter, and those kind of things, as we're now 4-0 up. So that's good to see. We're off to a nice positive start here. And Colossus, they're just failing to score. They haven't got anything into the basket yet. Nothing registered on the scoreboard for them. And we now go 6-0 up. We are off to a fantastic start. Let's check in at the end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter then, you can see we're still in the lead, only by 2 points though, 25-23. We were at 1.80 up, but Colossus slowly chipped away at our lead. So we get to do a little team talk here. I think we need to say to watch out, because of course this game can change very quickly. We saw that as Colossus came back at us in that half. Alright, so a decent start to the quarter for us here. We do have a few options up here. We can call a timeout. We've got 2 options, 2 chances to do that during this quarter. We can also play around with the tactics here. So if I just pause it for a second to show you that, we can change our formation. We can reduce or increase the tempo. We've got shot repartition here. Now I've asked the players to focus on close range shots because I did notice that we were going for a few too many 3-pointers, I think, in that first quarter and missing a lot of them. And then we've got our rebound strategy, which I did set to crash off the boards before. I don't know why it's been set back, but there you go. We've sorted that out. We can also set individual instructions here. So if I want someone here like Prentice Hub, I want him to avoid or shoot at will for 2 points, I can do that. If I want to tell him, you know, hold off on those 3-pointers, I can do that as well. Same for inside shooting and driving as well. We can set those individual instructions depending on what we see as the game's unfolding. So anyway, let's get back to the action and see if we can keep extending our lead here. But okay, we've picked up the rebound. That's good. Can we get this in to increase? See, there you go. Again, going for the 3-pointer. Going for the 3-pointer. We don't score it, and then we give away possession. And now, ooh, they made the same mistake going for the 3-pointers. Everyone's going for glory here, it seems. All right, nice one though. We get the 2 points there. There were 5 points clear. My opponent, my opposite number, has called a timeout. Well, we will see. We've got a little minute timer here, so I'm not going to tell them to ease off. That's for sure. Let's say just watch out. We'll keep telling them to be cautious and watch out. We don't need to make any changes at this point. It's all good for us. We can also play around a little bit with the camera, with the commentary as well. We can bring up different stats and stuff. So we can bring up our stats. There's little widgets popping up. Well, obviously that cuts out some of the action. We do get the chance here. We can make a TV camera, so it's a bit more like that, a bit more zoomed in on the action, if that's your preference. We can also play around with this. We do have 2D, vertical and horizontal. If you want to go a bit old school, yeah, you can do that as well. And then we've got different perspectives from around the arena. I think I've been using this one for the kind of whole overview, but the TV one is decent as well. So let's switch to that for the next part of this. So there we go. That's the good thing with the TV. I like it when you get the free throws. You can do this. Also, that little weird coloured trail that's appearing behind the ball, you can turn that off if you prefer. You can also turn it on for your players, but I find that a little bit distracting. So anyway, let's see. We're building up a good lead here. We're now 6 points clear. Is what we like to see. Let's see if we're still 6 points clear at the end of the quarter. How about 16 points clear at half-time? This is going very well indeed. Keep it up and victory is ours. That's the team talk this time. We've got fresh players out there, so we don't have to worry too much. Everybody's in tip-top condition. That's all been managed really well. So we're going to get out there for this second half of the game. Let's see if Colossus have made any changes. Are they going to try and come back at us? They get the first points of the half. Fair play to them. Let's see what we can do here. I probably will again skip ahead so we can just come down for the crunch time towards the end of the game. There's one thing here with the referees when they run off to consult and things, that does take up a bit of time. That's something you'd like to see happen a bit more quickly. I suppose it's like in Football Manager when they go running off to review the screen for a VAR check, and it takes forever. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Can we get another one? No, there's a bit of weird floating of the ball there. But okay. We're in a very good position. We're still 14 points up. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with those ball animations there. Not the best things to highlight, maybe. Well, into the final minute of the third quarter here, and I think we've almost got this in the bag. An almost unassailable lead here. We're 22 points clear. Make that 24 as this quarter winds down. Yeah, we've just really torn them to pieces in this quarter. Lots of free throws. Any points Colossus have scored, the majority of them have come from free throws. So we're obviously fouling them. Here you go. They get a couple more. But they're just not scoring from open play. We are scoring pretty much every time we go forward. And of course, as I say that, we just don't score on that one. But still, no one's getting the 3-pointers. I don't know why they're wasting their time. So that's the end of quarter 3. 81-59. So victory is in sight. Don't forget the goal average. All right, so we've made a couple of changes. Pretty happy with that. Let's get out there. We're going to fast forward now to the kind of final moments of the match and see if we can turn this significant lead into a victory. Alright, we're jumping back in here a bit early. It looks like we're going to get 100 points in this game, so let's see if that happens. It should do 3 minutes to play. And here we go, a couple of free throws. That's going to get us up to 99, hopefully. No, 98, but that 100 points, that century, is not far away. Poor Colossus, they have played a bit better in this period, but obviously it was too big a deficit for them to reel back. So, yes, let's get ourselves up to that magic 100. Looks like we're going to have to let this part play out first. Okay, substitution needed. Grant Golden's just committed his 5th foul, fouled out for the rest of the game. He's been sent off. Oh, dearie me, Mr. Golden. What are you playing at? Alright, let's bring on Scordis instead then. Alright, hopefully he doesn't pick up. He's on 3 fouls already. Hopefully he doesn't pick up another one. Maybe we should take off Kuzelolu as well, so he doesn't suffer a similar fate. So let's sort that out now. There you go. I think we've got that scheduled. Alright, as Colossus do pull one back. We've still got a 20-point lead though. Let's see. Come on, let's get that up to 100. Let's do it. I keep telling them every time there's a timeout, because my opposite number keeps calling them. I keep saying just keep going for it. Get that goal average up. Get that points average up. And to be fair to my players, that's exactly what they've been doing. And here we go. This is a chance to bring up 100. Surely that gets us to 99. And there you go. 100. We've got the century in our first match of the season. So here you go. We're into the final minute now. We're just walking it forward. We're up to 103. We keep getting fouled and we keep getting free throws. It's the same for our opponents as well. We keep fouling them and it's just free throw, free throw. That's where most of the points have been coming from. Very scrappy. Ooh, there's a steal there. That was not good from us. A bit of a loss of concentration. We've let Colossus close the gap to 13 at this point. So come on, let's get something on the scoreboard here to finish strong. But all right, 103 to 90. A pretty big victory to start the season off. I don't know why that guy froze there. But alright, we've skipped ahead to the end of the game. We will click to continue and see what the post-match is like. So Prentice Hub was the MVP for that particular match. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And yeah, a lot of positives for us to take away from that. Now, I have now learned that when a basketball league table is put up, the points are put here. That's not the games played. I was reading it with football eyes before and I was like, what, they've played 2 games already? When did that happen? But there you go. We're up there with Panathinaikos at the moment. So what we're going to do now, I think, if we take a look at the schedule, I'm going to do this, like I've done in the past with the kind of classic Let's Play for these sports management games. I'm going to play through a few games off camera. It seems like we don't have any Eurobasket action for AEK Athens this season. Hopefully next season. We do have a cup game, an elimination phase of the cup coming up, but I'm just looking for where's our first really big match. It's actually match day 3 when we get Panathinaikos. and then we got Olympiacos a little bit after that. But what I'm probably going to do, we're going to get through a big chunk of the season, and when we come back next time, I think we're going to jump in for one of these games just past the halfway point where we've got Panathinaikos, or maybe Olympiacos. Let me know in the comments which one you would rather see, or should we include both of them, and hopefully we'll be up there battling for top spot and playoff places. Nice to finish on the note that Prentice Hub was considered MVP of the week for the Greek A1 Basket League. So really good positive start. I'm going to sign out now. Make sure you check back for episode 2 of our AEK Athens adventure soon.